And so begins my attempt to get as much done as I can this week to resurrect my reselling business. I just photographed maybe like 7 items, and I'm gonna edit the pictures and try to list those items. Try to get 10 listings done before I go to sleep tonight, while I am at my daughter's volleyball practice. So I got my pictures, got stuff put into list perfectly. I'm gonna put them in their little inventory bins. Let's see how much I can get done today. It is Saturday. Yesterday on Friday, I actually accomplished getting up 9 listings while my daughter was at volleyball practice. I was shooting for 10, got through 9, and thought to myself, 9 is better than 0, so I will take it. Yesterday, I also, while my daughter was at gymnastics for like an hour before going to volleyball, I did go sourcing. Let me show you.
Many, many minutes later.
I got this bag of stuff, and I would say it's like 95% Talbots and J. Jill. I'm going to hang it up on this rack right here just so that things aren't even more wrinkled than they already are from sitting in this bag overnight. I think I got like 2 pairs of shoes. We'll do like a little mini haul. And then I'm going to photograph some items. I do have like a creature growing underneath this eyeball right here. I don't know what's going on. I also am working on my 3rd ever sourdough loaf. If it comes out good, I'll show you what it looks like. But I've been getting into sourdough. That's been really fun. I've been keeping my bread in the oven. It's not on, but it's warm. Woo! It has definitely doubled in size, which is great. And we can see some bubbles and stuff.
The dough out. We're going to cut right to the POV cam so you can see exactly what the B-boy sees. Loaf a little bit to give that last little bit of strength and tension.
Here's my sourdough loaf. But let's hang up these clothes. So everything was $3, and I got 2 pairs of shoes. They're just boots, and they're both really kind of small. I think they're like a 5.5. These are just some duck boots. They're Sperry. I'll probably get like, I don't know, $30, $40 for them, but they were, like I said, $3. And then I got this pair of Clarks, also I think in a size 3.5. Just like black leather booties. It's not really the season for these anymore, and there's like some dirt or something right there, if you can see that. $3, hoping again for like 30, 40 bucks. I'm cool with that. And then, let's see. This is a North Face. It looks like it's like a reversible vest. So this, I think it's like in a smaller size too. Probably like a small or something like that. Paid $3 for that. Basically anything that had a red tag. If you can see this red tag, that was $3. This is the brand Cut Loose, which is a very like kind of artsy login look brand. It's definitely more of a mature brand. Not like something that I necessarily would be wearing right now, but it's just interesting. It's got like lots of texture to it. Again, a word that I would use to describe this, a keyword is login look. The materials are nice. It generally retails for a good amount and can resell for a decent amount as well. I'll probably list this around like 35. This was a pair of new with tags J. Jill pants, which is why I picked them up. And they were in a size 16. They're not horribly wrinkled. This was one that I was worried about just sitting in the bag overnight. They're pleated in the front. I probably still want to give them a good steam. Also, this is flour from making my sourdough. That's what that is going on right there. But these were new with tags. Let's see. They retail for $99, so that's pretty good. We'll go ahead and get these hung up. But like I said, I probably need to steam those, so I'll put them towards the front. This is another J. Jill piece. It's a cardigan sweater in a size small. This is pure Jill, 100% cotton, just kind of like that marled knit. It's got some pockets in the front. This is not something that I should be listing right now. They're trying to move out their winter stuff. I'll just try to get it listed ASAP. I think this is Chico's. Let's see. Yeah, this is Energy by Chico's, size small, medium. They were asking $3 for it. It's kind of like a poncho situation. So, again, not ideal for the season, but we're going to get it up ASAP. This is another Chico's. So it's really like the Talbot's Chico's J. Jill haul. Yeah, Chico's size 0, which is like their version of a small. This needs to get steamed quite a bit, but it's just like a long line red cardigan. It's got these pockets in the front. I'll put that towards the front so I know to steam this as well. This is a pair of pants by Prana. These need a little bit of a steam too, just some like athletic outdoor pants. I'd probably list these around like $25, $35. This is, what are you? I don't remember what this is at all. It's very, very wrinkly. This is J. Jill Wherever Collection in a size 3X though, which is great. So probably can list this around $25, just like a nice mock neck top. Kids are playing volleyball with a balloon over there. They beat me and my husband when we versed them just like a few minutes ago. Another Chico's piece. This is in a size 2. Again, not really the season, and that's kind of the theme of this haul. You can get stuff for such a good price if you just buy off season. This is a Talbot's vest, like a little puffer vest in a size small. $3 for that. I can probably get close to $40, $50 on this. I just have to wait until we are, oops, I was going to move this one up. I'm going to have to wait until we are in more of like that fall season. But if I run out of things to list, I'll just go ahead and list it. This is a 100% cashmere sweater from Joseph About, which is not like the best brand. And it looked like it was in the women's section. It's a 2XL. I kind of think it's a men's. Regardless, I love me some cashmere, so we'll go ahead and get that listed. I think this is the last piece. This is a dress by Athleta, and it's kind of one of their older styles, but again, it was $3. It's a size small. Everything is so wrinkly, but you know what? It is what it is. That's okay. So I actually think I'm going to start by steaming just a handful of items because I have some really great pieces that I've been waiting to list because they just need a good steam. And so I've got like some jeans, I've got some blazer type things. Yeah, I've got lots of things that, I've got this like sail to sable dress. So I'm going to get some things steamed and then we'll go ahead and get them listed. I'm going to go on the record and say that I hate steaming so much. It is probably my second least favorite reselling task. My least favorite reselling task is probably listing. I hate listing so much. It's so incredibly boring. I always fall asleep while I'm listing. But steaming is right up there, and that's why it's usually a job that I give my parents, like the one time that they come in town. I basically save like an entire rack full of clothing for them to steam, and then they steam it for me when they come in town for a couple weeks, because they always want to like do something. They're always kind of bored when they're hanging out here, and so in an effort to help me in my business, they're always like, what can we do? And I'm always like, you can steam for me. So that is usually a task that I give away, but this last winter when they came to visit, they did not get around to steaming, so it is something that I'm doing now. And you might be thinking, do you have to steam? Is this a necessary task that you're doing? I would say I have a real issue with taking pictures of items with lots of wrinkles in them. I just feel like it's such a deterrent for potential buyers when they see a lot of wrinkles in the pictures of the items that they are shopping for. I also sometimes will throw things in the wash in an effort to get the wrinkles out, but it's a timing issue. Like, you just have to be really quick about getting that item out of the wash. You also have to be really quick once you steam an item to photograph it right away, which is why right after I steamed these items, I photographed them so that they would not wrinkle again as they got hung up and just kind of like hung in weird ways or got pressed up against other pieces of clothing. But my God, I hate it so much. I'm crazy backlit right now because of my lighting box, but I'm listing, finally, I'm photographing these jeans by the brand Gustin. I have 2 pairs of jeans by this brand. And I remember I got them at a local consignment store a while ago, and I was really excited because I'd never heard of the brand before. Here's kind of the leather patch on the back. I'd never heard of the brand before, but when I looked up comps, they were amazing. Okay, I'm supposed to do the next step in my sourdough bread, but I'll get to that in a second. So I purchased them. I don't remember how much I had into them, but they were just really wrinkly, so I put them in the wash to try to loosen some of the wrinkles, and it helped, but there were still some wrinkles, so I finally got around to steaming them today. I'm gonna photograph them. This pair of jeans, I already photographed the other ones and they were perfect. This pair of jeans, can you see this? It's almost like someone tried to cut through them with like a razor. I don't know, like it looks like this bottom piece has been like sewn back on. It's so weird. I'm hoping that I can list them for like at least $75-ish. And if you want to see whether or not they sell well, you'll just have to subscribe to my channel, I guess, and see what happens in the near future once I get them listed. The goal is to get them listed today after I photograph them. So that is what we're going to do. So let's get to photographing. I actually talked a lot while photographing to kind of walk you through my photographing process, but I decided to not really show you very much of this part of what I filmed in an effort to protect your eyeballs, because this right here, this close-up of my butt is all that you see during this section. So take one more good look and then we're moving ahead. This part of the video is sponsored by Chobani Greek Yogurt. Psych! I wish Chobani knew who I was. They absolutely do not. Although Chobani, if you're watching, I would love to have you sponsor a video. But this is just me showing you how I put together a simple little breakfast before I go to work, because on top of trying to do as much as I could for my reselling business this week, I still had to maintain all of my other commitments as a mother, as a wife, as a teacher at a high school. In case you didn't know, I teach high school choir, and it was kind of difficult juggling trying to do more for my reselling business with all of those other commitments. And so I'm going to go into a little detail as to what some of those other things entailed. But first, here's my beautiful yogurt parfait. I typically just do Greek yogurt. I will add maple syrup. This like organic maple syrup from Canada. It's from Costco. It's actually really good, and it's like a huge jug of it, so definitely recommend. And then I will add chia seeds, almonds. I will add a fruit if I have some, and I'm forgetting something. Oh, granola. And for my almonds, my chia seeds, my granola, I get it all at Aldi because their prices are the best. Again, not sponsored by Aldi, but just love me those Aldi prices. Most days I'm at school by 7 a.m. because that's when my a cappella group rehearses. This is us working on some choreo. Sometimes I have late nights when we have special events like this year's talent show. And this is me working in my office, just working on some boring, schmoring paperwork and putting in grades and things like that, and a nice little close-up of that cute little double chin. But I do really enjoy my job. I love my school that I teach at. I love my kids, love the families, the community. I don't see myself giving up my job anytime in the near future. I think I only made it out for one run this week, not because of the time, but because I've kind of had some weird hip pains. I'm a plant lady now, so I have my seed starts. These are like tomatoes and peppers, and it's not too cold today, so I'm gonna have them go outside. You can see they're getting a little long and leggy because they've been inside for a couple days because it's been too cold.
And it's gonna kind of rev up like a jet engine. Yep, go ahead.
Can you see it, bud? Okay, thank you.
It's like a razor and it's like cutting up the road.
Oh, it is.
Attention, attention. A severe weather storm has been reported. You are requested to use the nearest stairway exit and walk to your assigned shelter area. Attention.
Just swear I thought you fell from the stars. Think that you did, now you're leaving when you're not around. I don't want it if it's not with you.
There you go.
I'm just keeping it straight, cause you got me feeling distracted. Let me show you the way.
Yes,
I won't take
sir.
it for granted. Why can't we just give it a go?
I am doing some shipping. It is Monday of our work as hard as you can week. I think we started on a Friday, and I don't think I vlogged anything the last couple days, and that's because it's been insanely busy, but I have been successful in doing things for my reselling business. My daughter tried out for club volleyball after her school volleyball season ended because she realized she loved it to pieces, loves volleyball so much. And so her club volleyball season just started. So on Sunday, after church, she had practice and then like her first scrimmage. And so we were at this local community college for that. There was a tornado warning. So we had to go in the basement. We had to stop playing and go in the basement and write out the warning for a while. But the good thing about club volleyball is parents are encouraged to go to all the practices and stuff. And for me, it's actually been really good because I will go to the practices and just bring my laptop and just get a ton of work done because I'm just stuck there for like 2 hours and 15 minutes. I don't really have anyone to talk to. I get to watch her and just list. And so I got done quite a few listings on Sunday, and then on Saturday, where was I? What was I doing Saturday that I got so many listings into? Oh, actually, we didn't really have anything on Saturday. I don't think we really had to go anywhere. I just, on Saturday, was able to like take a ton of pictures of clothes. I actually went sourcing a little bit. I went to one of my favorite local consignment stores. They were doing a $3 tag sale. I showed a little bit of what I got there. Nothing super exciting, but you know, I did a little sourcing, took photographs so that I could do a lot of listing, and actually probably did like, I don't know, anywhere from like 5 to 8 listings on Saturday. Again, on Sunday, I did a good amount. And right now, it's about 8:10-ish. I have not done any listing yet today. I did have work. I have a new student teacher. And especially at the beginning of having a student teacher, it's a lot of like prepping with them, talking with them, especially the first few times they get in front of your class and just, you know, talking to them about how to work with your students, essentially. So there was a lot of that, a lot of, you know, hanging out with the kids. I played some volleyball with my daughter in the driveway. We went to Ulta together. So now I'm doing my shipping. I only have 2 items to ship today, but this pair of Keens that I'm trying to get in this Amazon Prime padded mailer, this pair of Keens was my son's, and this was one of the items that I listed, I want to say Saturday or yesterday, and that's why I was really, that was kind of my reminder actually to turn on the camera and talk to you guys about how I'm doing. And how I'm doing is great. Like, I've been really motivated. This kind of stuff is so motivating that when something you just listed sells right away, you're like, all right, well, I gotta just list some more. I also spent some time Saturday, I think, like actually steaming things I had been meaning to steam for a while, and getting those things listed. So I don't know, feeling pretty good about the progress that we've been making. A few other updates. I feel like an old lady for many reasons. One being that I'm learning that I'm really into a lot of old lady things. I, as you saw, have been getting really into like sourdough baking, and I'm like super jazzed about my garden right now. Like, I've been spending a lot of time in my garden and just planting all the things, and I spent a little time doing that today as well. But also because I'm having old lady pains. Like, my hip is really messed up, like right here. Like, understand it. I don't understand why I feel the way that I do. So that's been really frustrating. I've also been struggling with vertigo. Just been really dizzy. So I don't know. There's a lot of things going on, but the listing is paying off. So after I do these two, after I ship these 2 items, I am going to list at least like 3 tonight. We'll see how much I can do, but I kind of want to get some good sleep. I have to be at school by 7 tomorrow for acapella, and I want to get good rest, but that's kind of the update right now. So thanks for checking in with me. I'm done editing my video and realized I didn't really do a true outro, so here it is. You might be asking, so what happened after you invested a lot more time into your reselling business that week? Did it make a difference? And the answer is absolutely yes. If you saw this video right here, I did like 5 weeks worth of what sold videos, and every week was trash. Like a lot of it was because of things like I went on vacation one week, you know, it was spring break. The family and I went to Texas.
We got 30 briskets on there. About a 12-hour cook, so I should have them off by about 9:30 tonight.
Oh my God. So yeah, like that week was trash, but it's because I wasn't here to list and do all the things. I was riding, you know, bikes with my family at this really cool hotel, and we were making s'mores and, you know, just enjoying our family time. But also it's because I wasn't listing. So this simple act of getting my butt in the basement, taking pictures of clothes, steaming clothes, getting those pictures uploaded into actual listings and listing, that's what made the difference. I did not run any sales. I did not send, you know, aggressive offers. I just listed, and the result was I had some great sales. So I have some stats. Let's see. So the week that I showed in this vlog, you know, a week in my life, if you will, was from Friday to Friday, Friday, March 21st, you know, for a whole week. And on the week of March 24th, because when I do my what sold videos, I do them by like Monday through Sunday. For that week of sales, I had sales every single day. And not only did I have sales every single day, but there were days that I had like multiple sales, many sales. And a lot of the things that I was selling was stuff that I had just listed. You know, it was fresh inventory. So that felt really good, and it was very encouraging. My sales week wasn't amazing by any means. I had a profit of $275.89. I had sold 19 items. That what sold video is coming out very soon. But it was so much better than the weeks from that 5-week catching up what sold video. I mean, there were weeks that I talked about in that what sold video where I think I had less than $100 of net profit. So it was definitely an improvement. Hopefully this was the kick in the butt that you needed. If you also really need to resurrect your reselling business, hopefully this gives you a little motivation to do so. And just a friendly reminder that even if you need to do something very serious to wake up your reselling business, don't forget about the other parts of your life. Don't forget about getting out there and moving your body, about spending time with the people that you love. You know, it's very easy to get tunnel vision and lose sight of the things that are most important to us. But also, here's your kick in the butt. Go do some good work for your business, make them monies, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.